Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and it is officially spring. Although spring snuck up on me. I thought it was like the 20 something of March, but no, it was actually the 19th. So this video is a little bit late in going up, but that is okay. Either way, I am here to talk today about my spring TBR. So I consider spring, I live in Florida, South Florida. So I consider spring from like March 1st till May 31st. So that gives me plenty of months to read 10 books. Now, in no particular order, and honestly, these are just like based on the cover because the cover gives me spring vibes. That is why I chose these books to hopefully be able to read during the months of spring, because I almost never finish my TBRs. Like the one for winter, there was one book on my TBR that I didn't read. I had read one book from that author, really didn't like it, really was not in the mood for it. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just not going to read it. But I did read the other 9. You can watch my previous monthly wrap-ups to see if I read those books, and I'll link them down below as well. So anyways, now I'm going to tell you the books that I want to read from March until May. Like I said, they're only cover buys. I am in my car because it's just been hard for me to film this video at home with the books. So I'm just going to link them all up here. The first one, like I said, in no particular order that I want to read is You've Reached Sam by Dustin Teo. At least I hope that's how you say his name. The back of the book says, a heartfelt novel about love and loss and what it means to say goodbye. 17-year-old Julie Clark has her future all planned out. Move out of her small town with her boyfriend, Sam, attend college in the city, spend the summer in Japan. But then Sam dies, and everything changes. Heartbroken, Julie skips his funeral and throws out his belongings and tries everything to forget him. But a message Sam left behind in her yearbook forces memories to return. Desperate to hear him one more time, Julie calls Sam's cell phone just to listen to his voicemail recording. And Sam picks up the phone. The connection is temporary, but hearing Sam's voice makes Julie fall for him all over again, and with each call, it becomes harder to let him go. What would you do if you had a second chance at goodbye? This book sounds so good. It is YA, so it should be like no spice. It should be easy to read, but it sounds so good. And I have questions. Is it really him at the other end of the line? If it is, does that mean that he didn't die? Or if he died, is it his ghost? I don't know. But it sounds really good. Now, on this list, be warned, Lucy Score has become like an auto-buy author for me. So I have a whole bunch of her books on this list. Like I said, strictly because of the cover, because they are gorgeous. I know I'm a little late to the game, but I want to read the Knock 'Em Out series. It's a series of 3 books. The first one follows Knox and Naomi. So the first one says, Knox Morgan doesn't tolerate drama, especially in the form of a stranded runaway bride. Naomi Witt is on the run, not just from her fiancé and a church full of well-wishers, but from her entire life. Although, if you ask her, Naomi's riding to the rescue of her estranged hot mess of a twin, Tina, to knock him out. A rough around the edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves behind something unexpected, the niece Naomi didn't know she had. Now she's a guardian to an 11-year-old going on 30 with no car, no money, and no plan. There's a reason this bearded bad boy barber doesn't get involved with a high-maintenance woman, especially not a type A romantic one. But since Naomi's life imploded right in front of him, the least Knox can do is help her out of her jam. And just as soon as she stops getting into new trouble, he can leave her alone and get back to his quiet, solitary life. At least that's the plan. I have heard good things about this series. I've heard that the series in general is very good. And I have heard that the first book is usually not the favorite. But either way, I like to form my own opinions. I have read 2 other books by Lucy Score, and I have loved her books and her writing. So I have a good feeling that I'm gonna like that one. That is book 1. Book 2 is Things We Had from the Light. It says, Police Chief Nash Morgan is known for 2 things, being a good guy and the way his uniform accentuates his butt. 2 bullets put a dent in that southern charm, but thankfully spared his spectacular rear end. He's got his hands full with the man who shot him still on the loose, healing wounds and citizens that think of the law as more of a guideline. Throw in the gloomy mood that clings to him, and the last thing he needs is a smart mouth, gorgeous new neighbor making him feel things he doesn't have the energy to feel. Lena Solavita has her reasons for being in town. She's on a mission, and the fewer people that find out about it, the better. She does her best work alone, and as soon as she finds what she is after, she's hitting the road for the next solo adventure. Too bad the town of Nakamat has other ideas. Soon, Lena finds herself sucked into small-town life. Dog-sitting, saying yes to a bridesmaid's dress, listening to the sexy AF chief of police service himself in the shower. But when Nash finds out why she's there, flirty friends become furious enemies. The sparks flying don't know the difference between lust and hate. When danger forces them together, it's only a matter of time before they both get burned. That sounds really good. Now, what I don't know is if they're like interconnected standalones or if you need to read them in order. So please let me know down below if I need to read them in order. I just know that this is like the release order. So that's why I'm doing it in this way. But let me know if I don't need to read them in order or what. I also hear that this one is the best book out of the series. But I don't know. So keep updated and I will let you know as soon as I read this book. Well, in my monthly wrap-ups. If I thought it was the best book in the series or my opinions on it. But that's going to be a while because I haven't read the book yet. The third one and the last one of that series that came out. Oh no. I was supposed to take a picture of. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm sorry because it's been hard for me to be able to film this video. So I took pictures of like the backs of the books to read them to you guys. So I found book 3. There was like one woman who could set me free, but I would rather set myself on fire than ask Sloane Walton for anything. Lucian Rollins is a lean, mean, vengeance-seeking mogul. Totally butchered that, mogul. On a quest to erase his abusive father's mark on the family name, he spends every waking minute pulling strings and building his empire. The more money and power he gains, the safer he feels. Except when it comes to one feisty small-town librarian. Bonded by an old dark secret from the past and their current mutual disdain, Sloane Walton trusts Lucian about as far as she can throw his designer suited body. When bickering accidentally turns to foreplay, the flames are fanned and it's impossible to put them out again. But with Sloane more than ready to start a family and Lucian refusing to even consider the idea of marriage and kids, these enemies to lovers are stuck at an impasse. Until Lucian learns the hard way that leaving Sloane is impossible, the very least he can do is keep her safe. I hear that this is the book that a lot of people were asking for and it wasn't what they thought. But I'm not one to judge. Like I said, people have their own opinions. I will have my own when I read it. But I think it's about time that I finally started this series. Oh, I didn't tell you what the third one was called. This one, Things We Leave Behind. That's what this one is called. So those are like the order that they came out. And Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and then The Things We Leave Behind. Continuing on this little Lucy Score run, I guess. The next series, I think it's called like the Benevolent series or something. Again, I don't know if they're interconnected standalones or if you need to read them in order. But the first one, at least in the order that I found it in, is Pretend You're Mine. It says, if this is pretend, why does it feel so real? Luke Garrickson is a hometown hero, a member of the National Guard ready to deploy again. He's strong, sexy, broody. The last thing he's looking for is a woman to ruin his solitude. When feisty trouble magnate Harper Wilde stumbles into his life, though, he realizes that she's the perfect decoy, a fake girlfriend to keep his family off his back until he's deployed. So what if kissing her sends his mind to wicked places? He can control himself, can't he? Harper was on her way to start a new life, again. But something about Luke makes her want to settle down in the small town and make his house a home. When she's in his arms, she finally knows what it's like to feel safe, protected. One night of sharing a bed turns into something much, much more. And soon, Luke can't keep his mind off Harper's wide gray eyes or his hands off her luscious curves. He never thought he'd feel this way again, but he knows that he can't tell her the truth about his dark past, and she can't reveal what she's running from. At least this isn't a real relationship. It's only for a month. It's only pretend. Until it isn't. If that doesn't sound good, then I really don't know what does. Because it's a small town romance. He's broody, so I'm guessing it's Grumpy Sunshine. She's going to be a sunshine. And it's fake dating. So, what's not to love? The next book, at least in the order that I think it goes, is called Finally Mine. And I love how the two covers match. It's adorable. Years of pent-up pinning are about to be unleashed. Broad-chested Aldo Morera has almost everything. A great job, a nice house, a loud, pushy mother. The one thing he doesn't have is time. The girl he's thought about since high school is suddenly single, and he's deploying with his National Guard unit. Gloria Parker is overdue for a happily ever after. She's lost 10 years to a toxic relationship. Now she's finally free and recovering thanks to makeovers and margaritas in her mother's kitchen. But she has a long road ahead of her to discover who she is beyond the scars. Just when Gloria decides to take the next decade off from men, along comes larger-than-life hometown hero Aldo. He's saying all the right things and flirting in all the right ways. After one remember-for-a-lifetime kiss, the sexy soldier makes her promise him a date when he returns. Gloria hopes 6 months will be long enough to find herself and mentally prepare for another kiss. But when Aldo's deployment is cut short by a life-altering injury, it's up to her to be the hero for both of them. Okay, I was going to say how sad if he didn't make it, but apparently he does. But this sounds good too. I don't know, Lucy Score for me has become an auto-author. Now the last one is Protecting What's Mine. If you notice, the other covers were like ombre, pink, and orange. Or yellow, I'm sorry. This one is ombre, pink, and blue. So this one doesn't match as much with the other ones. I don't know why they would do that, but I know that it's part of the same series. So the back of the book says, if you can't stand the heat, don't fall for a firefighter. Fire Chief Lincoln Reed is known for his heroics on the fire department and the bedroom. Life is a never-ending good time. Until Mackenzie O'Neill lands in the middle of an accident scene he's working, and then turns out to be his new neighbor. Too bad she's immune to flirty first responders. Flight trauma surgeon Mackenzie O'Neill is on a crash course with burnout. She's got a scar on her face and a shake in her hands. A temporary job as a small-town family physician is just what she needs. She'll learn to meditate, sleep more, take up gardening. She definitely won't take her shirtless, firefighting neighbor's hot body for a test drive. But Link and his tattoos are very persuasive. What's a harmless little adrenaline-fueled fling between neighbors? It's all naked fun and games until the shadows from Mac's past find their way into the present. Can Link be her hero when she needs him the most, or will the secrets ruin everything? One thing is certain. Someone is going to get burned. Ooh, I want to know who that person that's going to get burned is. So I'm done with Lucy Score. I'm sorry. 6 books, and that's going to cut down my Lucy Score backlist for a while. And I know that there's other ones that I need to review, but slowly I'm working up to that. Kind of on a book buying ban that I broke the other day. I already blamed a student. I told her that it was her fault. She laughed. But I've bought 4 books recently, and I said I wasn't going to buy one until like August. Anyways, the next one I want to read is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This cover is stunning. And I think it's a fantasy, but it was totally a cover buy. It's stunning. And it's a duology. So, the inside of the book says, an enthralling debut fantasy inspired by the legend of the Chinese moon goddess, in which a young woman's quest to free her mother sets her on a dangerous path and pits her against the most powerful immortal in the realm. Growing up on the moon, I'm going to butcher this name, Xingying is accustomed to solitude, unaware that she is being hidden from the fierce celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. But when Xingying's magic flares and her existence is discovered, she is forced to flee her home, leaving her mother behind. Alone, powerless, and afraid, she makes her way to the Celestial Kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. Disguising her identity, she seizes an opportunity to train alongside the Emperor's son, mastering archery and magic, even as passion flames between her and the prince. To save her mother, Yin embarks on a perilous quest, confronting legendary creatures and vicious enemies. However, when treachery looms and forbidden magic threatens the kingdom, she must challenge the ruthless celestial emperor, for her dreams, striking a dangerous bargain in which she is torn between losing all she loves and plunging the realm into chaos. Daughter of the Moon Goddess becomes an enchanting romantic duology that weaves ancient Chinese mythology into a sweeping adventure of immortals and magic, of loss and sacrifice, where love vies and honor, dreams are fraught with betrayal, and hope emerges triumphant. That sounds good because, she's kind of like, she's not supposed to exist, technically. Like, that's the feel that I get from her. She's not supposed to exist. And, like I said, cover is absolutely stunning. The second one is Warrior of the Sun or something like that. I totally blanked out on the name right now. And you know what? I'm not going to read the back in case it's got spoilers, because I know that this is a duology and obviously you got to read the first one to then read the second one. But I'm a book addict, so I can't buy the first one and not buy the second one, especially when they're both in hardcover and I like all my books to match. So either way, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave your comments down below on the Knock 'em Out series if I can read them like out of order or if they have to be in that order because they are connected. Also, if you've read any one of these books, I would love to know what you guys think about them. So either way, I will go ahead and catch you next time at the end of the month for our March wrap up. Bye!